Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today I have an amazing story for you. This story is not just for your English listening practice, but also to inspire you. The story is called Nothing is Free, and it will show you that hard work, patience and determination can truly change a life. So sit back, relax and listen carefully, because this story might change the way you think about success. Leo was only 20 years old, living in a small, quiet town surrounded by mountains. He had big dreams. He wanted to own a chain of restaurants and become a successful entrepreneur. But life was not easy for him. His father, Mark, worked as a mechanic, and his mother, Claire, cleaned houses just to make ends meet. His little sister, Sophie, 10 years old, looked up to him as her hero. One cold evening, Leo sat outside their small house, staring at the stars. He whispered to himself, "I want to give my family a better life. But how do I start when we barely survive each day?" The next day he told his father about his dreams. Mark sighed and said, "Leo, dreams are not free. If you want something, you have to fight for it. Start with what you have, even if it's small." These words stayed in Leo's mind. He realized he had to take action, even with nothing. Walking around town the next morning, Leo noticed that people loved fresh bread, but had to travel far to buy it. Suddenly, an idea came to him. He could sell bread locally, but there was one problem. He had no money to buy the bread. Determined, Leo walked miles to meet Mr. Anderson, the bakery owner, a grumpy man who rarely trusted anyone. "Sir, I want to sell your bread in my town," Leo said. "I don't have money up front. Can you trust me for 1 week? I will sell the bread, return your money, and keep a small profit." Mr. Anderson raised an eyebrow. "Why should I trust you?" he asked. Leo replied, "Because I am determined, and I will work hard to prove myself." After a long pause, Mr. Anderson agreed. "All right, I'll give you bread for 1 week, but if you fail to pay me back, don't come here again." Early the next morning, Leo carried the bread to his town and set up a small stand near the park. He greeted every passerby with a smile and offered free samples. Slowly, people started buying. By the end of the day, he had sold all the bread and made a small profit. That evening, he returned to Mr. Anderson and paid him. The old man nodded and said, "You kept your word. Come back tomorrow." Leo realized that this first chance, earned through honesty and hard work, had changed his life. Leo began waking up at 4 in the morning, walking to the bakery, carrying bread and selling it tirelessly. After 2 months, he saved enough to buy a small cart, allowing him to transport more bread. One day, a customer suggested, "Why don't you bake your own bread? You're good at selling, but if you bake, you'll make more profit." The idea excited Leo but also scared him. He had never baked anything in his life. He realized that nothing is free. Success, knowledge, growth all require effort and risks. The next morning, after paying Mr. Anderson, Leo asked, "Can you teach me how to bake?" The old man frowned. "Why should I teach you? If you bake, you won't buy from me anymore," Leo said. "That's true, but I will never forget the man who gave me my first chance. If I succeed, I'll make sure to help your bakery too." After thinking, Mr. Anderson agreed. Fine, but baking takes patience, time, and hard work. Training started at 3 in the morning. Leo struggled. His hands hurt, the dough stuck, and the bread often failed. After many ruined batches, he felt like giving up. But remembering his father's words, he kept going. Day by day, the bread improved. After 2 weeks, Mr. Anderson gave him a perfect loaf. Leo had finally learned a valuable skill. He realized that money and opportunities can be given, but skills must be earned. Leo started baking at home. His small kitchen became his workshop. Sophie helped him pack bread, Claire made tea, and Mark quietly supported him. Customers noticed and returned. He began experimenting with cookies and pastries, learning from videos and books. Mistakes continued, but his dedication grew. Slowly his sales increased. He faced his first competitor when a young man named Eric opened a fancy bakery in town. People were curious and started buying from Eric. Leo noticed his sales dropping and felt scared. Instead of giving up, Leo listened to his customers. They said Eric's shop was clean, colorful, and had beautiful cakes. Leo realized he needed to improve, not just as a baker, but as a businessman. Using his savings, he cleaned and painted his cart, offered free samples, and learned cake decoration. Slowly his customers returned. An elderly woman said, "Many young men give up when times get hard, but you didn't. That's why we trust you." Leo understood that perseverance and honesty attract support. Months passed, and Leo saved enough to rent a small shop. It was warm and welcoming, not as big as Eric's, but it was his own. Every morning he woke before sunrise, baked fresh bread, and opened the shop. Sophie welcomed children, Claire handled the accounts, and Mark helped maintain order. Leo continued to learn about business, branding, and customer service. His shop grew slowly but steadily. One stormy night, a small fire broke out in his bakery. Smoke filled the room. Leo grabbed water and controlled the flames, but the oven and equipment were damaged. News spread quickly, and the townspeople worried. Leo felt heartbroken but not defeated. He decided to rebuild using the little equipment he had. People noticed his courage and helped with ingredients, money, and time. Slowly, the bakery was restored. Leo realized that challenges test courage, and people support those who try hard themselves. Finally, after months of hard work, Leo reopened the bakery. It was better than ever, with new decorations and more variety like muffins and cupcakes. Customers returned, some from nearby towns inspired by Leo's story. The mayor visited and praised him for determination and hard work. Leo realized that nothing in life is free, not success, respect, or love. Every challenge must be met with effort, patience, and persistence. Leo's bakery became more than a place to sell bread. It became a symbol of hope and inspiration. He helped people learn baking, gave small jobs to the young, and shared with families in need. He built a life full of purpose, respect, and pride. And Leo knew that as long as he worked hard and never gave up, anything was possible. He looked at his family, his customers, and his bakery and whispered to himself, "Nothing is free, but everything is possible."